Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Superlatively Yes podcast. We are your hosts, Tanya Smith,
and Jen McCroddan,
where the drinks are fizzy, the laughter is plentiful, and the life lessons come with just the right amount of sparkle. Today, we're celebrating the big 8-6. No, not candles, not calories, not years, but little nuggets of wisdom we've collected over our 50 years of living, loving, and occasionally learning the hard way. From the perfect twist of lime to why quality underwear matters more than you think. We're pouring it all out, one lesson at a time. So grab your coffee, your sparkling water, or your Diet Coke with a slice of lemon
or lime.
Oh, and settle in. We've got some stories to tell. Jen, I'm so glad we share a brain and dressed exactly alike today.
Yes. Welcome to the podcast where we're wearing black with gold.
What? Simple minds think alike.
Amen. Amen. Your hat is adorable. Please tell the listeners what it says.
Okay. I'm currently have lost you on the screen and I'm trying to find you. Oh, hello. There you are.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
You know, I love this hat. I bought it last week and I went to a couple places and it says, I love you so much. And here's what I figured out. It disarms people.
Okay. Tell me why.
I went into several places and people looked up at me. They read my hat and then they looked up at me again and smiled. And I thought, oh, my hat's saying something they needed to hear today.
The ministry of a good baseball cap cannot be understated right now.
Sean, this isn't a ridiculous person.
Try it again.
Purchase. This is a ministry.
Yes. In fact, I now want to go to my own closet and say, what in my closet is a ministry versus just a random piece of clothing? That's so great.
Oh, that reminds me of Jarrett with his cheese ministry.
Amen. Amen. So, Tanya, I brought a little sparkling drink to the session.
Tell me what you're drinking, and then I'll tell you what I brought today.
All right. This is Pellegrino with a splash of cranberry and a dash of pineapple, and then always, obviously, a lime. Now, I need to tell you a quick lime story from last night. Because
first of all, pause right there in case someone doesn't know what a Pellegrino is.
It is sparkling water.
There you go.
It's a very...
I didn't want them to think you were a lush, honey.
This is a mocktail. Oh, I just heard you pop open something yourself.
I popped a top. This is from Fresh Market, and this is from Trader Joe's.
Okay.
And it's a ginger lemon probiotic sparkling beverage. And so I washed the cutest little cup out of it's a little iced tea glass.
Oh,
handed down from my grandmother, my nanny on my daddy's side. And here we are.
Here we are. Cheers to you, friend.
Let's see cheers, my friend. Oh, I can smell the ginger.
Delicious.
Well, heavens to Betsy, that's delightful.
Well, I'll be right over later to grab one of those for myself then.
I should have had Nicole get me more of those when she went to Trader Joe's.
It sounds very good.
It is
so last night I was at a work event celebrating coworkers, a large anniversary for coworkers, and someone brought a bottle of champagne so that we could, celebrate, toast everyone.
Clink, clink.
And clink. And so there were limes for all the various sodas and different beverages. And I thought my friend was handing me, again, some kind of Pellegrino, cranberry, something. And I just plopped a lime right in my beverage, and it was champagne. And let me tell you something. Once again, there are so few drinks that a lime cannot make better. We needed to share that with listeners. If you're wondering, how can I take this drink to the next level? Consider a lime. Always consider the lime.
Mm-hmm. There are some instances that I would say does not make a drink better.
Okay. Coffee.
Yeah,
maybe.
For sure. I mean, there's some instances. And I'm going to say before I scoffed at the lime. I was a lime scoffer. Okay. I preferred lemon.
Sure.
I thought lime was the lesser version, if you will. And I snubbed it in all of my mockery.
Yes.
And
Okay.
now I love to order a sparkling water with a dash of cran and a twist of lime. I want you to understand that I said a dash of cran and a twist of lime because I feel super bougie ordering it.
Yes. And when you say dash and twist,
Mhm.
who even are you?
A
A
splash
splash.
and a dash. Um, eh, I also just want a Diet Coke with lemon all of the time. But I do not, because listen, self-discipline and age, I do not just willy-nilly drink them at home. They
You
are a treat
don't?
for me. No, I only drink them
Okay.
out and about, oot and
Okay.
a boot.
Out in a
And
boot. Uh-huh.
um, listen, here's a story about Diet Coke from way
Okay.
back when I was dating Sean. I was so concerned about calories because, well, I was dating Sean and I was in the pageant system, right?
Yes.
So we go out for dinner, and I was very concerned about my calorie intake. And for dessert, Sean would order a big old slice of chocolate cake, and I would order a Diet Coke with lemon and sip on it because it was sweet. And that would be my dessert back when I had a brain. And so the night he proposed to me, there was dinner involved. And so he told the waitress, like he set it all up with the staff, like we're going to have a really great dessert. So bring out the box, at it when you're bringing
With
out
the
the
ring.
dessert.
Okay.
And but I was like, "Oh, I don't eat dessert. No, I can't eat dessert. Just a Diet Coke, please." And he was like, "No, she'll have that." And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I don't. No, I don't eat dessert. But I would love a Diet Coke, please." I almost foiled his plan.
Did he force cake down your throat?
Forced cake. Yes, he was like, "You're getting the cake."
Love it.
What
Good
have you
for
been up
you.
to this week, by the way?
Oh, mostly just work and work. And we're also in this season here in Arkansas. If you have any flowers, you have to be on top of it. The flowers must be
Oh,
watered
yeah.
on the daily
Yes.
because it is, as I used to tell the children, it's as hot as ho-hos out there. And so I know.
I don't know, Jen. Some things we just shouldn't say anymore.
Okay.
I think
All
that's
right.
one of them.
Well, yeah, probably not. I meant the cake version, but yes, very warm outside. And so watering is a full-time job to make sure everything stays hydrated, myself included. And then school is upon us. And I live very close to school, so there's increased traffic, and I can see the school from my neighborhood. And so they're out there. The teachers are getting ready. The sign is up in the yard. I do love when school gets
You
started
have the
again.
scent of
So
a freshly sharpened pencil in the air.
I do. Sometimes I want to just go buy school supplies even though I'm not in school anymore, but
Mhm.
I love it because Emily's in school and so I get to buy
Nostalgic.
her school supplies and I get that sense of a whole new year starting. So it's super fun, super fun. Yeah. Evan also bought his first Evan went and purchased his own car by himself. No support, no help needed. I know it was a big grown up thing to do. And
My
so
word.
he's
Can he like do a documentary about it and share it with all the other
should. He should.
20-year-olds? Because that's scary. I don't care how
It
old you are.
is.
That's itty bitty scary, you
It
know?
is. It is. He did a lot of research, he asked a lot of questions. He prepped himself really, really well. Here's what he was not prepared for. So he was not prepared for his insurance to also increase. And so he called the next day as he was going through all the insurance and he said, "I think I've done something wrong. My insurance is now a crazy amount of money."
Sure.
And we had to explain, "Yes, son, sadly, it's not just the joy of getting the new car and all of that. Your insurance will also increase." And so it was a major disappointment to learn that. And I feel like as our children are emerging adults and they're finding these new adult things, they're they're constantly a little disappointed. And so
Mhm.
I feel a little bad that we didn't prep them a little bit more. We should have
Well,
had dinner, when they were 10 and 12 and said, "Okay, kids, tonight we're going to talk about car insurance."
yeah, and they would
Yeah.
have thrown their forks at you because who wants to
Yes.
talk about that
It's
ever, you
boring.
know? Like
Boring.
ever. Life
Right.
is full of many disappointments. My sweet Uncle Johnny had to take a quick visit in and out
Oh,
of the hospital. He's in such good health. Like he's 76 and he's spry and he's not on any medication, just a few supplements. And I'm just so proud of him. him, but he ran into a little zigzag. And so anyway, they brought his tray to him and he looked at it and he looked at me and he said, "This is what they feed a man." And I said, "Listen, life is full of disappointments.
And sadly, yours is on your dinner plate,
But, we,
sir. Yes.
but we're going to send somebody out to get you something worth eating."
Bless him.
I
hate
know.
that. I
So
hate that.
cute.
Well, I have something new. I don't even think you know. You were learning this on the podcast with the listeners at this very moment. Live breaking news from the McCroddan home. On a much smaller scale than an entire garage, we have repainted our front door, which seems like it would not be that big of a deal, but it was a
No,
lot. It was
it's
a
a
lot.
big deal to repaint a door.
Yes.
There's a lot involved.
an
What color
experience.
did you go? Did you stain it? Did you?
No, it's called Flora Green. Flora
Really?
Flora, Flora Green. And it is a gorgeous neutral green. It goes great with the brick. I love it. And let me tell you, this wreath on the door, it just pops. It just pops. So
I'm
I'm
so
super
excited.
excited. It's crazy how when you get a little bit further along in your life, how things are so exciting, new sheets, new door, a new spatula. I mean, it doesn't take much. A splash of lime.
It's
I'm
so
a simple
true.
girl, really.
I spent about 10 minutes telling Sean that I had bought a pronged whisk, and he was like, "Is there more to this story?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just so
That's
excited."
it. Yeah.
It's a
You
pronged
don't even
whisk.
know.
It's
What a
changed my
prong was.
life.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Well, okay, I'm excited about your door. Are you watching any shows in your rarely spare time?
I barely have a spare minute to rub together, to put anything together. But I'm sad to report that I am waiting for the new season of Pomeroy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Me
the show that you
too.
introduced me to, which
Palm Royale.
we're both eagerly awaiting. Sadly, we will not see that until 2026, says the Google.
What?
I know. I'm so disappointed. And then the show that I'm trying to get you to watch, and you have time to catch up, you still have time, is Ted Lasso. I think
No,
you should.
I'm not doing it. You know that I have PTSD from having to watch Ted Lasso during COVID. And I can never watch Ted Lasso again. Nope.
It's so beloved that they are starting a whole new season when they already closed it down. That's how much the world loves it.
I'm happy for the world.
Okay.
I just think of
I've tried.
Lysol and face masks. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Nothing against Ted Lasso. It was just
Okay. Don't
the
be
situation
offended, Ted Lasso fans.
that we found ourselves in. And so I'd have to go through some therapy, to get there. But,
Okay.
But I'm
Okay,
proud
well,
for
I'll
you.
keep working on
I'm
it.
proud for you. I really am.
Thank you. So what about you?
Okay, well, first of all, you said so many things. Emily starting school again. Is this her 4th year of
This
teaching?
is her 4th year teaching. Can you believe that?
I thought I was figuring that up this morning and I was like, oh my goodness, 4th year. And I don't know if we've been on the podcast since I visited her room
I think so.
at her school. And I don't know if I don't know how much she wants me to talk about her, but I'll say that it's a very innovative school and it's very technology driven, technology based. And there's very little paper, but a lot of screen. And she has it all figured out. She's so smart. She's so on top of it. She knew exactly the setup that she wanted. And later, I was doing something with Cheryl that day in Northwest Arkansas, and I was telling her about it and showing her pictures, and she had so many questions. And I said, "Here's the moral: we couldn't do it, Cheryl. Like we couldn't do it. We couldn't. This is how it's done now. But I don't think we're old school, and it would be such a difficult transition to be in an open environment with a block schedule like that, and then."
Right.
I mean, Cheryl has kept up with technology. She could do that part. I would struggle.
Well, and there are not books. The kids have Chromebooks. The teacher has a laptop. This is how learning is consumed now. And it is a departure, definitely from how we grew up and then even how you taught in the 1900s. It is a departure. Which, by the way, you did not teach in the 1900s. You taught in the 2000s. That was the joke. Ha ha
I
ha.
taught in both the 1900s and the 2000s, which is the
Yes.
scariest part of all.
But
Well,
it is
so
different for
it
sure.
is. It is. And I'm impressed. Always impressed with Emily, but definitely impressed watching her like in her environment, in her scene, doing her thing. I mean, this girl has a master's of education. She's going back to get more certifications. I mean, she has got it together.
Yeah.
So anyone would be lucky to be in her class.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. She had a summer job a little bit this summer, and so they attempted to keep her. They kept asking her, "Are you sure you want to go back to teaching? Could we get you to stay with us full time and take this position full time?" And teaching is her heart. And so she, sadly had to turn that down, but she really does shine in the classroom. She loves it. She has told me over and over again how excited she is to go back to school. So if her students could pick up any enthusiasm, because I know children are not excited to go back to school as a general
Right.
rule.
Some are, some
Some
are,
are.
some are not.
Some are. All right, what have you been watching?
Okay, well, this summer I rewatched Gilmore Girls as though I had watched it for
Love
the
it.
first time, as you
Love it.
know, because I think I discovered, did we talk about this? That Jess, the character Jess on the Gilmore Girls, is the same thing as Jack from This Is Us, and it blew my mind. And I
Yes.
was mad at the world for not telling me. And that's when I told you and Jordan, this is why you have to tell me the endings to things. And
And
even
Jordan?
Emily was like, that would not have mattered. That had nothing to do with anything at all.
Yes. Tanya, I'm not sure the ending of Gilmore Girls would help you put together that Jess and Jack are one and the same person. So, Emily, again, valid point, Emily.
Mhm.
Point to Emily. All things that Jordan and I have said multiple times, but we went and grabbed dinner with the girls. That was such a fun night.
That was.
We took
Yes,
Emily
yes.
and Jordan out for dinner and just had some girl time. It was super fun. And Jordan and I have tried multiple times to explain to you that watching the end of a show does not necessarily help you understand everything about the characters or who they are as in real life. And then when Emily was like, "Yeah, Aunt Tanya, no." I was like,
Well,
"Thank
I'm
you,
going to
Emily."
say respectfully, I
She
disagree
disagrees.
because now that I've gotten all the way through the Gilmore Girls series and the movie that came out 10 years after, I would like to say that had I watched the very last episode first, I would have understood more about the Gilmore Girls now.
Okay, I'm gonna let it
My
slide.
brain doesn't work like everyone else's. I need everyone to understand this. It's odd. It's really odd. It shows up in strange ways. The
Okay,
manifestations of all of my mental illnesses show up in very strange ways.
please,
Kidding.
please,
I
please.
think there's a new show coming out called Dunder Mifflin. That is
I
either
have
the
heard about
truth.
this.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
have
I
heard
didn't know
about
if
this.
I
I need
dreamed
to
it.
I need to do some research. Do you know anything?
Mm-mm. I know
Okay.
nothing except that it might be coming
Dunder
out. I
Mifflin.
think it was like a quick promo or something while I was watching something else. But Sean and I are really enjoying. Excuse me. Let me get a drink of my probiotic.
Okay. Sip away. Sip away.
We are really enjoying The Chosen at
Oh,
night.
Mark and I have started that. We are a whole season behind, and so we're trying to pick up and catch up, and it is such a phenomenal show. It really, really is. The acting is great. The storylines are biblically based and followed. It's yeah. I can't say
It's
enough good words.
so good. And then all the little side things that you can get. Here's one that I got yesterday or last night. So, my pastor is preaching August 1st to the 21st on John, this book of John,
Okay.
because there are 21 chapters. So, we read a chapter a day, we choose something to fast from. Sean and I are really enjoying reading the first chapter of John. What we learned Sunday is that John was in his late 80s when he wrote John.
Sure, I knew that.
I didn't
Okay.
know it either. But in an episode last night, Matthew was writing everything down that was happening as it was happening. And he looked at John and he said, "Aren't you going to write these things down?" He said, "Oh, I'll remember. I'll write it later."
That's so
And I was like,
fun. I
I get
love
the
that.
joke. I get the joke.
I get the inside joke. It does really help
Yeah.
you understand. I not the inside jokes, but yes, the inside and the I think the historical context and the cultural
Mhm.
context of what was happening at that time, it's very difficult to read the Bible and not read it through the lens of what is happening today, but to
Sure.
understand what was happening in the moment there in that culture. I love The Chosen for that very reason. It just brings it all to life. So
I do too. I
it's
really
quite fun.
appreciate that. That's good for us. We've been enjoying it because it's positive. It's
It
positive,
is.
encouraging, like K-Love,
It is.
So
It
that's
is.
why. Also, I managed to pick up a stomach bug. So good news, bad news. I lost some weight. But then, good news is I'm over it now. But during this time, listen to what I did.
Okay. What did
I
you do?
binge watched all 16 episodes of Lee Ann.
Okay. Do not know. I have not watched one episode yet. It is on my list. You cannot tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm so excited. I'm so
I'll tell you
excited.
this, I wish there were another 16 episodes that I could
Oh,
just go back. I would not be opposed to going back and watching that whole thing again already, right now.
okay.
Just go
Well,
ahead and
maybe
watch it
we do
again.
that together and then we can talk about episodes.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Also, during the time that we spoke last on the podcast, we had brunch with Josiah at Ruth's Chris
Oh,
it was last Sunday.
okay.
And we had
Was
so
it on
much
his
fun.
birthday?
It was a couple of days after. His birthday
Okay.
was Friday. And so we were able to have brunch with him on Sunday. It was so
I
sweet.
love
And
that. I love
he's
that.
just so much fun. And we got to reminiscing. And he said, one of the things I remember from our childhood, and I was thinking, is he going to talk about what a great storyteller that I was, or how I read books with such enthusiasm, or the places that I took them, or how fun I was when we went swimming or biking? He said, every time you guys went out of town, there was some sort of cat emergency at your house, and then we all had to go handle it. Huh?
Nicely done, Josiah. Nicely done.
And he said,
Yeah.
and now I wake up sometimes during the night in a cold sweat because I
Thank you,
too,
Patrick.
I don't like the cats. So much
Bless
like
his
his
heart.
mother, he does not care for a cat creature. So
Okay.
fair
Okay.
enough. Fair enough. I did
Wow.
traumatize him
Yes.
sufficiently
So
in his
you
growing
needed
up
to take him
years.
to brunch and make up for the trauma that you caused this young man in his life, apparently,
Yes,
because of your cats.
I owe him a lot of brunches, clearly.
Bless him. I'm so sorry, Josiah. I too can just not, the cats just aren't for me. So I totally get it. I totally get it. I think it's hysterical, though, that there was a cat emergency every time you guys left town. That's
Every
interesting.
time. We can't, have you not learned by now? We can't leave the house.
That's true.
We
That's kind of
cannot leave
true.
the house.
That's so
We're
true.
about to leave the house at some point, in the next little bit. And
Barb.
Verna said, I'll come house sit. I think she knows that we cannot leave
Okay.
the
You need
house.
someone there permanently there too.
Yes,
Yes. Yes. Well,
live
don't
in.
assign Josiah. Josiah and I both agree. It's Verna's turn.
Absolutely not, Josiah says. Well, Jennifer, okay, here we go.
Yes.
The point of our podcast. You
Okay.
we're going to go quickly, but not too quickly, about 50 things that you've learned and then
Yes.
36 things that I've learned because I identify as 36.
Okay. Well, that
Um
makes perfect sense.
yeah, in
Absolutely.
our years of living, and I think this will be really fun.
I do too. I do too. Well, I'll launch in and we won't take a super long time. But you've already alluded to the first one on my list that I thought of when you said 50 things we've learned. I just started writing. And the first one that came out was my grandma would always say life is full of little disappointments, but mostly they are little. And at the time, when you're a child and you don't get to do something or something doesn't turn out the way that you think it is, you really do think life is over. But now, a little bit older and 36 and wiser, wink, wink, they are full of a lot of little disappointments, really. They are little. I remember as a child really wanting to be able to sing. That was my whole goal in life. I wanted to sing. I wanted to perform music. I cannot carry a tune in a bucket if I had a lid and a handle. I just cannot sing. And I was so disappointed in that for so many years. And that's not the way my life was supposed to go. So the things that are disappointments one day are blessings the next day. Truly,
Amen.
truly. So, number 2 on my list, my grandpa said, tongue in cheek, just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean you can't. And that was really our lesson as children, to go make an effort, take the initiative to learn and try. And generally 9 times out of 10, you will find out that you can do something that you didn't think that
Yeah.
you could do.
Yeah. That's why
So
I DIY everything in my house,
I'm
at least
telling you,
at
and
least at
this was
first.
before Google. This was before Google.
Oh,
It was
true. Yes.
just go out there and see what happens and try. And, again, from this side of life, I have learned to do many things just by going out there and trying. Just go do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to be qualified.
Amen. Amen. So number 3, this one is probably one of my most often quoted sayings that I learned from my friend Faith. And we were talking about disappointments one day and how life doesn't always turn out the way you think it does or should, or the way you plan. And she said, sometimes things that happen to us just makes heaven all the sweeter.
Love that. You say that all the time, and it's so good.
The people that have gone on before us make heaven all the sweeter. The hardships that we endure are going to make heaven so sweet for us. And the most beautiful thing that we can imagine here, heaven is more beautiful or more perfect. And so the good or the bad, they both make heaven sweeter.
It's so true.
So true. My 4th one on the list is it's okay to change my mind. And it took me a lot of years to embrace this, that it is okay to change your mind. You get new information. Something that worked for you at one point no longer works for you now. And it's okay to say, yeah, I have a different perspective on that, or I need to make a change here. That's the beauty of life, is things are constantly changing, and your mind should change too. You should grow, you should learn, you should practice, and it will change your mind. So that's just something that I think I've picked up with age and wisdom.
That is
I
good
will change my
wisdom.
mind. Yeah. And then the next one I know is going to be one of your favorite, because it's something that you dislike the most. But regret, I have learned, often comes from what we didn't do versus what we did do. You're going to regret the missed opportunities more than you're going to regret taking a chance. This is just a fact. These aren't even my opinions. That is a fact
Yes.
that I have learned.
Regret
And I
is
think,
my most feared emotion.
yeah. And so I think take the chance, do the thing that you don't think you can, or the thing that might cause a little bit disappointment because you'll regret not having tried it.
Yes. I think I regret things that I felt compelled to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then either let them slip by, or didn't do it, or chose not to do it. I think that's where I have felt my most regret.
Agreed. Miss opportunities.
Mhm.
I thought about taking that road. I thought about making that decision. I thought about doing that thing. And then I changed my mind, or I didn't do it. And now I wish I had. The next one is for me. And it took me, again, many years to figure this out. I think that you need to have a signature recipe and a signature dessert. And here's why. Not for the kudos, but kudos to you, Tanya Smith. Again, it can't be ever not stated. No, but cookies. But the signature recipe or the dessert is because you never know when a friend is going to need dinner, or a
Mhm.
sweet treat,
Yep.
or when, someone needs help, or just when you want to go have a conversation to take something to a friend. And so to have that something that you can quickly pull together, that is a crowd pleaser, it makes your life so much easier. And perfect that recipe, perfect that dessert, not just so you're known for it, but so that it's in your back pocket and ready to
Exactly.
go at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and make sure it has a potato in it, for crying out loud.
Well, there are no wrong ways to eat a potato. You know that I
Exactly.
believe this. There are no wrong ways to eat a potato. I haven't found one yet. I can leave potato salad here or there, but every other form of potato has never disappointed
Always
me.
welcome in my house.
Always welcome. And here's one we've dedicated a whole podcast to. This next one: make your life as simple as possible. Run your errands all together. Those
Oh,
little
yes.
to-do
So
lists.
good.
So
So
good.
good.
Years ago, Mark and I divided, I will make sure all the monthly bills get paid. You're responsible for taxes at the end of the year. I don't think about taxes. He puts it all together. He makes sure it goes to the CPA. He answers all the questions. He fills out all the forms. I just go in and do a little signing, and I'm done. Conversely, he wouldn't even know who supplies our water, or how cable makes it to this house, or any of those things. And there's relief on both sides of that. He does not want to have to deal with the monthly billing, and I don't want to have to think about taxes. So,
Fair.
split
Fair.
this up.
I love it.
Stack your habits. You and I are such a big believer in stack your habits. Do the
Yes.
two things together because it's less work. It's less work.
Yeah. And as you get older, young people, you are not going to understand this, but as you get older, you do have less energy. So if you can learn to do things more efficiently now, like if something takes you 10 steps, try to reduce it to 6, not to be lazy, but to be more efficient. You will serve you in the future.
It will. It will serve your back and your knees.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Holidays are another thing I think I have learned over the years. And I've now perfected our holiday to be into this routine that just makes it so simple for us and enjoyable. Because if your holidays are super stressful, that's not what holidays are meant to be. They're meant to be celebrated. And several years ago, the Lord, gave me this theme, not the word celebration, but this theme of really celebrate. There are so many celebrations in the Bible. There are so many things that the Lord
Absolutely.
caused his people to remember and to honor. And so the holidays aren't just for celebrating, they're for remembering and honoring. And I really wanted to bring that back to the holidays, back to birthdays, back to Christmas, back to Thanksgiving. Why are we doing this? And what is it for? And what would be the ultimate end goal is for the family to enjoy being together and to
Yes.
have a memory. And if the memory is chaos and scramble or hardship or any
Yes.
of those things, that's we've ruined it. And
Yes.
so we took it way down. We simplified. We make it super simple. I do not over decorate. I do not overbuy. I do not over plan. You and I both know. Again, have your signature dish and let someone else do the sides. We do.
Absolutely.
If it dessert
Absolutely.
is your thing,
Mhm.
someone else can provide this meal. So do that now. Make that part of your routine now if you're starting those things because it'll just make your holidays so much better.
Good advice. That's a
Yeah.
good word of wisdom.
2 things I've learned from you I wanted to put in here, Tanya. One of them is keep smiling. You are my friend who smiles. It is a rare, rare moment when we're together when you are not smiling at me, giving a smile to those around you. You encourage me to do that. And just with exactly like you said earlier with your hat on, when you give someone a smile, 9 times out of 10, they're going to give it back to you. And so
That's sweet.
that is
Thank
such
you,
an
Jen.
encouragement. And then change the toilet paper like it is your divine purpose from the Lord. Those little things that we think are just annoying little things that must be done. Maybe that's your divine purpose for that.
That's right. Listen, Jason said something on the podcast about, what we do on earth might be similar to what we do in heaven. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be changing the toilet paper in heaven. That's what I have been. I have trained and trained.
I'm a professional. I love that. Well, as you can see from our color choices today on our wardrobe, black is my signature color. Why did I put this in 50 things that you need to know or 50 parts of wisdom? I think you need to know how to dress yourself comfortably, professionally, what to know, how to dress yourself and what to know about your body, what you feel comfortable in. And for years, everyone would say to me, you wear a lot of black. My mom, you wear a lot of black. Black goes with everything. I have dress down black. I have casual black. I have business. I have everything I could possibly need, and it goes with every pant and every skirt. I have simplified my wardrobe because I have made black that neutral color that goes with everything.
I love it. Yes. My wardrobe, pretty much everything will coordinate with the black. And I have gone wild this summer and added in a navy. But I mean,
who are
I
you?
know. But see, one time when I was working for Ruth Ann Williams at in Conway, I was working for her, and I wore a black suit to work. And she said, "That is gorgeous on you." And she just really complimented me. I said, "Thank you." my husband gives me a hard time for wearing so much black. And she said, you need to let that go. Black is a stunning color on you. And so I just took it and was like, well, I'm just going to make everything black. Everything that I own will be either hot pink or black. So no, I'm kidding.
These are the choices.
But I really think it looks stunning on everyone. There's something about it. I don't know.
It is striking. Here's this next one, I think I'm just discovering this or maybe rediscovering it. And I wrote down pick your pain. And so let me explain that. It parallels a little bit with life has a lot of disappointments. You will not get out of life without a little bit of pain, period. But let me use work as an example. Let's say you're struggling with your job. It's not ideal. It's difficult. Maybe you work with difficult people. Maybe it's lots of hours. And you decide to change your job to go do something easier. But at your next job, it emotionally drains you. Your first job physically drains you. Your next job emotionally drains you. Pick your pain. What can you manage and handle? Right? What makes sense for you? Is it emotional pain that costs you more, or is it your time that costs you more? And know this, because someone could say to you, you don't want that job. It's really, really difficult. And it might be the most difficult thing for them, but it might not be your most difficult level of pain.
True.
Yeah,
And I
it might
think
be
that
perfect
works
for
at
you.
work, and that works in relationships, and that works at home.
Oh
Like
my goodness.
here's this really toned down, simple version of it. Okay. You don't want to do your laundry, but you want to have something clean to wear. So you've got to pick the pain. Get up, wash, dry, fold, put away your laundry, or wow, Jen,
I'm
was
so
that a
sorry.
Harley going by your house?
That was a Harley. The neighbor has a new bike. I'm glad everyone got to enjoy that. My apologies.
But yeah, you've got to pick your pain. You can never brush your teeth at night and have cavities, or you can get over yourself, spend 30 seconds brushing your teeth and have more peace of mind when you go to the dentist. Like those are very simplified
No,
versions,
but
but it's
that's
a
perfect.
little bit of self-discipline involved there. Like which pain do you want to have? You can spend all of your money in 1 month, or you can wait and have it for a special occasion. Pick your pain. I like it. Pick your pain. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, give me
Yeah.
more.
Okay. It's time and not money that we should save and invest more wisely.
Right, buy
Time
shoes.
is
I
the
hear buy
only
shoes.
time is the only truly non-renewable resource that we have.
Oh, yes, that's so good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's
That is a
never
word for the
wrong to
wise.
say a kind word ever. And if you can't say it, button it up. Just button it up.
Mhm.
Button it up. Not every opinion needs to be shared, including mine, but here we are on the podcast sharing those.
Ironic coming from us, isn't it?
Ironic. But I think, again, that probably goes back to it's never wrong to say a kind word. If your opinion does not support, does not help, does not kind, it doesn't need to be said,
No.
probably.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't, because people remember the ugly. People remember
Mhm.
the hard, and they remember it in a traumatizing way, but they remember the good stuff too,
Right.
and they have a different feeling. Something that you say hateful or
Mm.
off, in a moment, people could remember that for a very long time, and
Forever.
that's not
Yeah.
the way you actually are or want to be remembered. So again, pick your pain.
Pick your pain.
That's good. That's
Yes.
good
Yes.
advice. I wish I would have known that, when I was like, I don't know, 12. Like really understood it.
Right. Right. And again, you may hear elders say these cute little quips or little sayings, and they don't mean anything to you in the
Mhm.
moment, but
No.
they will when you get a few more candles on your cake or a little
Yes.
wisdom behind you.
They
Yeah.
they might as well be talking about car insurance, because I'm not listening. I have to learn things the hard way. And I also like to learn from others. So there have been
Mhm.
so many things that I have watched my friends go through, and I thought, thank you for sharing with me what you went through. I'm
Yeah.
going to put that
Mm.
in the back of my mind and remember that. So if I encounter a similar situation, I can prepare ahead
Yes.
and know how I will handle that. I do. Anytime someone shares something with me, I'm like, this is a life lesson. There's a reason I'm listening to it right now. There's a reason they're sharing it with me. And I really, really try to lean into that.
Yeah. Be intentional about filing that away in a place that
Yes.
we can keep it. Yeah. So this next one that I'm going to share, it's probably not controversial, but it is hard for me to share it, okay? Because it's where the Lord is working on me. People pleasing is not God honoring.
Boom.
Bam.
Yes.
Being pleasant to people and supporting people and loving people is God honoring, but the act of people pleasing above all else is not God honoring. I'm just going to lay the microphone down right there on that one. Enough said. The next one is no one cares about your bra as much as you do. Okay, let me put
Okay.
this down.
You said bra, BRA. And this
BRA.
is so true. You know what? You and I are going out this afternoon. We are going to get massages and facials because Jason and I all gifted each other the exact same gift, not knowing that the
Hooray.
other the one out was giving it. So we all ended up with the exact same gift. This luxurious spa. There's one in Franklin. There's one in Rogers, and you and I are going to get to go enjoy ours today. But I was thinking afterwards, I've got a trip coming up, and that bra is not working for me. And no one has come into my life and said, "Do you want to go bra shopping? Do you want
Right.
to update that bra?"
Right. No. And the bra is, I mean, it's one of your greatest support systems, honestly, in so many ways. In so many ways. And so care about your bra. Care about your bra,
Yeah,
and
I
not
have
just
really big really big problems because I can't like I always have like a strap that goes off my shoulder,
absolutely
and it's like, what? Why am I living like this? Why
right.
am
There's
I
a wire that's
constantly?
poking.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's got to stop. It's got to stop. We got
it's
to
gotta
figure
stop.
this out. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. So care about your bras. Get yourself a bra that works. And if you do, let us know because
yes,
I'm always on the hunt. Rest is not a luxury; it's a necessity. Period. Enough said. You know how I feel about sleep because the next one I wrote is sleep is a superpower because it's so hard for people to sleep
yes, it is. It's a
and
real struggle
stay
for a
asleep
lot
and
of people.
yeah, and get good sleep. So if you can sleep and you've figured it out, take it. You need it.
100%.
Yeah. I think being objective in the world right now and being able to see multiple sides and help bring polarized people together is a superpower we need. And
Hmm.
I want to be more objective. I want to be a better listener. I want to see multiple sides and different perspectives. And so that is what I'm trying to do in the second part of my life is to see the gray and see things that I don't understand and don't know and understand those a little bit more.
That's good.
That's
I
good.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes. I had something to add to that, but I forgot.
Okay. You know, that's where we are in life.
Okay.
That's where we are. As nines, then my next one is as nines on the Enneagram, we love peace. And
No, I think we can't survive without peace.
okay,
I think we not only love it, yes, I'm
pick your
agreeing
fate.
with you by over agreeing with you. We love it. We thrive with it, but
Crave it.
also we crumble under
The opposite.
the opposite. Thank you.
Yeah.
Crumble, I tell you, like the
Crumble.
cookie
Mm-hmm.
crumble. Yes.
Yes. So there are people out there who love peace. We are two of those people. We just have to
Peace.
have it. Yeah. The next one is I miss the past, but I'm keeping my eyes forward.
Woo.
And I think that is, it becomes harder to do when more of your life is in the rearview mirror than it is in the front, facing windshield. But I want to keep my eyes forward. I really do.
Yeah,
And
and you
and
do a
this is a
good job of that, Jen.
practice we have to keep going for. We have to
You
keep
do a
doing
great
this.
job of that. Listen, we can't peak in high school and then have nothing else to talk about. We can't peak when our parents, when we're young parents and we have little kids and then we have nothing else to talk about. We can't peak in life when our kids graduate from college or whatever, trade school or get married, and then we have nothing else to talk about. We have to create a life for ourselves every
Mhm.
every
And
day.
keep
And
creating it.
yes, and keep
Yeah.
improving it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. I really like that you said that.
Yeah. The next couple, I'm going to couple them together. Drink more water. Shoes wisely. This is from you. Shoes wisely.
Yes.
Wear good shoes. I don't always do that because I really love the cute nonsensical shoe, but wear good shoes.
But there's a time and place. That's all I've been trying to minister into your soul. There's a time and a place for the
Keep trying,
wedge,
keep
for
trying.
the stiletto, for the block heel. And then there's a time and a place for a sneaker, a
Truth.
loafer, a
Truth.
flat, if you will.
Yes. I confuse. I don't choose wise. I do not choose
You
wisely
don't choose
always.
wisely. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm always saying, did you bring another pair of shoes?
No,
You did not.
sadly, no. The next one is reading is a gift. And everyone knows this, but the older I get, the more I realize reading is such a gift. It's such a way of learning, of being in the world, of understanding other things, of reading history and understanding the future and learning about AI. It's just, it opens up you to a whole new world. So
It does, and it activates a part of your brain that's not activated in other ways. And I think that's the key to us, being able to know our names in a few years and remember where we parked our car. We have to get smarter every day. And so I told Cheryl I was reading through the chapter John, the book of John, and she said, "Well, I'll do that with you." And I said, "That would be wonderful." And then she sent me a voicemail on her way home from Hot Springs yesterday, this long voicemail about, "Hey, I've heard of this book. I've heard it's really good. Do you want to start reading it together? I'm going to listen to it, some of it on my way home." And then she told me the name of it. Well, I have read it, and it's a good book. And then a little bit later, I got another voicemail. "Okay, well, I'm listening to it, and there's like a lot of language. Like I didn't realize there would be so much language, and I just don't know. But I mean, it's got a good point, but I'm just not sure about the language." I got so tickled because she's right. This author does use unnecessary language. She's a little wordy. Hello, so am I. And she doesn't always give credit where credit is due. So I
mm,
said, nevertheless, putting all that aside, I will co-read a book with you any day because it's a conversation. It's
mhm.
something to talk about. It makes me feel smarter to read a
Yeah.
book. So yes.
Well, you always learn, just like podcasting together, we always learn more when we're together than we would have if we had done it alone.
Isn't that the truth? Yes.
Yes. Yes. So my next one is there is contentment and there is complacency, and there's a very thin line between the two of those things. And I want to be content with what I have and where I am and who I am, but I don't want to become complacent in those things. I always want to improve myself, improve my learning. I'm a lifelong learner. And the reality is, I know a lot less than I used to. And
Oh,
those are just
yes.
facts, you know? Life is
And
too
you're
short.
saying that with, I just kind of want to settle there for a minute. We are both older, and
I
we
beg your
don't
pardon. No,
say
I'm just
I know more than some people, but I know a whole lot less than I should. We don't say that lightly.
kidding.
Like the
Right.
things we know, girl, we know. And the things that we don't know, we're trying to be humble about the fact that we just simply don't know all of that. So I think that gives you a teachable spirit, and people are drawn to a teachable spirit and humility, 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 humility. Jesus exemplified that. I just think some of the nicest people, the most successful people that I know with true success they have humility.
Yes, they're always ready to serve and learn.
Mm-hmm.
And those are, again, the people that usually succeed in life are those who are ready to learn and serve at any given moment. They don't think too highly of themselves. They don't take themselves too seriously. But they're prepared. They're prepared for what life has to offer. Does life have to offer me somewhere to serve today, somewhere to learn today? Then I want to take those opportunities and not regret missing those opportunities for
And I
sure.
know so many people that have that skill, and I think it's beautiful, and I respect them for it so much. I'm always working on that.
Agreed. Agreed. Also, life is just too short for bad coffee, cheap wine,
Amen.
fake
Hmm.
friends. horrible bras,
Mm-hmm.
scratchy sheets. Just make a list and get rid of
Uncomfortable
all those things.
pajamas or a bad bra. I mean, we could just go on. But
We
life
could.
is too short for that. Yes. If you can do something about it, feel free. Feel
Yes.
free.
You are granted permission by us to get rid
Hmm.
of the things that just don't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because you bought it and it looked cute, but it drives you insane. You don't have to
Bye-bye.
wear it. You don't have to use
Bye-bye.
it.
Yeah. It's got to go. My next one is sometimes you have to laugh, otherwise you'll stab someone. Um, it's just true, Tanya. I mean, I don't think we need to
Yeah.
elaborate. You
I mean,
just,
yes.
you
This
know?
is you. This is you. I mean, you have that strong type 1 wing with you and I don't. And so I have to laugh or I'll cry. You have to
We're not
laugh
gonna
to
cry. There's no
stay out
crying
of
in
the jail.
baseball, but I will stab it. I will stab you. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Fair.
I told this one to Emily the other day. We were talking about little games that people play with each other to be petty or whatever. And I said, you know what? At 50 plus, I'm not here to play games with people. I am too old for that. But I do love a good Cards Against Humanity game.
Oh, okay.
And we both kind of chuckled because it's like I love to play games and I love to have fun. And sometimes at my own expense and the expense of others because humanity's just hilarious in so many ways. But I don't want to play gross games
No,
with
no,
people.
no.
Does that make
Exactly.
sense?
Yes, very
Yeah.
much so.
I'm not here for the petty or the backbiting or the
Mm-mm.
rude
Absolutely not.
or putting people down or making ourselves better. But I will play a good game of Cards Against Humanity and laugh at you and myself together.
That's good advice.
Yeah. And then this one, you and I just know, and we have the receipts, literal receipts to prove it. Time with Chips and Salsa and Friends. We have solved so many of the world's problems.
Oh,
We have
yes.
corrected my attitude
And
at
mine.
those sessions. We have uplifted my soul at those sessions. So find you a friend who has some time to listen to you and to laugh with you and eat chips and salsa with you because
Yes.
it really will make your life a much more beautiful place.
That's good. Maybe some chips and salsa today after massages?
I don't hate that idea at all.
Okay.
A
Okay, I
Diet
like it
Coke with
too.
some lime. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we've done
Done.
it. In life, we may not get closure. If you need a soft close, they have those at the hardware store. Tanya got those on her new cabinet. But we won't always get closure in life. I hate that. I hate that we don't always get that, but we just don't. And we can't let that stop us from moving on. If you don't get the closure you deserved, or the closure you wanted, or the closure you needed, you may have to go on with life without that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you have to.
yeah.
You have to.
Period.
Because if you don't, you're letting other people's actions affect your life, your thoughts, your emotions, and your ability to move forward. So, if you don't get the closure you deserve, you're going to have to just step over it and keep going. And it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
But yes, it's also necessary for good mental health.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to skip a couple down and finish up here by giving you one or two of, I think, the ones that really speak to me.
Okay.
The question is it a bad day or is it a bad 5 minutes?
I love this. You have said this to me before. I've heard you say this to others before. Oh,
Yeah.
say it again.
Is it a bad day or is it a bad 5 minutes? Because we often let our feelings run away with us and we let the feelings tell the whole story. And it takes us a long time to process and to move on. But it really was a bad 5 minutes. It was a bad thing that happened. Don't let it have your whole day. Doesn't deserve your whole day.
Mm-mm. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I also heard recently on Dr. Caroline Leaf's show.
Love her.
I can't think of the name of it, but her podcast, that sometimes when our brain doesn't have the rest of the story, it will make a story for us. And that story is generally a negative, made up story.
It is.
And I was like, brain, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah. Pull it together, brain.
Maybe don't assume,
Right. Don't
when you're
always go to
thinking
worst
that.
case scenario every time.
Well, I mean, you can try. You
You
can
can
try.
try. Pick your pain. Pick your pain.
That's true.
Here's the last two that I have for you. Be the person who brings joy in when you walk into the room
Mm-hmm.
and not when you leave, right? Let the joy be in the room when you walk in the room, not when you leave the room.
Oh, people aren't like, oh, thank goodness she left.
That's
No,
right.
yes. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah.
You're good at that, Jen.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you. And my last one is take the compliment. So I will take that compliment from you, Tanya. Thank you very much. Take the compliment when it is offered. People don't usually compliment you for no reason. They have seen something in you that they admire, that they appreciate, that they care about, and they have taken a moment to express that. So take it. Take it as the gift that it is. Sometimes hard to do, but take the compliment.
Right. It's like when you have like a really cute shirt on that you got for $5. You can't not tell somebody. That's a good shirt. Yeah, it was $5. No, just say thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
That's
you.
just
I
me,
do
though.
have great taste. It is a black shirt. It is another
Right.
black shirt, but I will be wearing it.
Well, I'm going to
Okay,
run
what about
down
you?
my wisdom is less than yours. I did not have 50. I had less than 30 probably because I identify as someone in their 30s, so that's what I'm going with. And we'll kind of go through mine faster because they're really not that wise, but most of these
Yeah.
have been handed down
I love those.
or picked up.
Mhm.
There's only a couple that I came up with that have helped me. But here we go. They're they're good to repeat. There's no need to participate in every argument you're invited to.
Ugh,
You
amen and
can
amen.
you can turn around and walk out of that situation.
Yeah, protect your energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's who you know, so get out there and know people. It's
Mm,
who you know. Get out there
that
and
is so
know
true. For
people.
your job, for your relationships,
Mhm.
yes, it's always who you know.
It's
That's
who you
so
know.
true.
And
I
the
love that one.
older that I have gotten, revealed, like that has been revealed to me. 20% of the people do 80% of the work. Be a 20%er.
Yeah,
Be the person who helps.
it could even be 10%, do 90% of the work.
You're probably more accurate there.
But
Yes.
yes, be the person who makes it different and better. Oh, these are good, Tanya.
Well, thanks. Thanks. Your two most important choices are Jesus and your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
So
Amen.
think those through wisely. Always stay up late to watch an Arkansas basketball game. That's my granny.
I love that. I love that, Granny. That's
This
so
comes
good.
from Oprah. Put on your tennis shoes in the morning if you can. You get in way more steps that way.
Mm. I think it just speaks to productivity,
It
right? Like you
does.
just are, yes, it sets your mind and your
It
body for
does.
the go mode.
You
I love
choose
that one.
wisely. Yes.
Choose wisely.
Um, don't swing your arms or your purse. You'll give somebody a black eye.
My word, I love that one.
Mine are a little more
Probably
shallow
true.
than yours, Jen. A little more shallow is what I'm
I love
saying.
it though. No, we've
Yes.
all knocked something off of a shelf with our voluminous pocketbook at one time or another. Yes, we can't keep doing that. No.
Um, lipstick never hurt anyone. That's what every woman in my family has always said. And then Cheryl, I credit her with this one. A chicken can only do what a chicken can do. You cannot ask more of yourself than what you are capable of doing. And neither
Yes.
can you ask that of a chicken.
And I
So,
appreciate that you've quoted this to me and quoted it over the both of us on multiple
mhm,
occasions. So
right.
to Cheryl Prock goes all the fame and the glory for this
All the
particular
credit for
quote.
that one.
And yeah, we've used this one a lot. This has gotten a lot of mileage. The
It
chicken
has.
quote.
Still
Yes.
does. Never show up to an event empty handed or
Preach.
to someone's home.
Preach.
It doesn't matter what you bring, but never show up empty handed. It can be less than $5.
It
It's
could be anything.
the thought that matters. Okay, sleep on it. If you have a really hard conversation or you want to buy something real expensive, just sleep on it.
Yes. Yes. I need to probably do this more often is sleep anyway, but it really does change your frame of mind. Many, many years ago, Mark said we wanted to do something and it was going to be very spendy. And he said, let's think about it. And if in 2 weeks we still feel this exact same way about this purchase, then we'll know that it is the right thing. But if in that 2 weeks period something changes, we're not as excited about it, or we decide to go a different direction, we'll know it's not the right thing. And If it has to be now, it's probably no. That's what we would always tell the kids.
Well, you
If
should have
it's
added that. If it has to be now, it's probably no. That's good. Well, and I think that's wise of Mark to say 2 weeks. I'm going to go with 2 weeks. But I think that we can get a dopamine situation going on
oh,
and we can
that's so
get caught
good.
up. And so, or our emotions can be a little on the sensitive side. So if we sleep on it and maybe sleep on it again, you can make that decision. And along
Yeah.
with decisions, this one we've discussed before, no one should make decisions at 5:30 a.m. Pick out your outfit the night before.
Listen.
Yes.
Yeah, we have talked about this on the podcast. I, as you know, have just laid in the floor of my closet at 5:30 a.m. What am I supposed to wear to work today?
Right.
What shoe goes with this pant? Why do I still have this bra? And I don't even like this brown shirt. Why do I even own it?
Yes.
Night before. These are
I
all night
mean,
before decisions.
pick your pain. Pick your pain. And I lay in the floor at 5:30 going, "Why am I in this stupid closet at 5:30 in the morning?" But
True.
but this is where we are. It's wise to choose ahead.
Plan ahead.
Sean says, "If you are on time, you are late," and I have learned the value of that
That is
statement.
that is such a Sean Smith mantra, quote, life lesson. Chisel it on his tombstone. If you are on time, you are late. Yes.
Exactly.
He is always early to everything.
Now, from what I understand watching the Gram and the TikTok and such, is that the Europeans do not subscribe.
No.
If you're on time, you're rude. If you're early, you're double rude. But we are not in the European countries. We are in the USA, and we are in a place where if you are on time, you are late. So
Yes. We're
that's
a
good.
very time conscious society for sure.
Yeah,
For
time
sure.
obsessed, probably.
That's probably a better statement. Yes.
Okay, this one is going to be controversial, but I'm going to
Oh,
tell you that I
okay.
taught it to myself so that I would not run out of, I don't know, willpower, energy, motivation to
Okay.
keep a clean house when I was younger. I would say to myself, not to anybody else. Clean homes are important. Someone may not remember if your home was spotless, but they will remember if it's nasty.
Oh, you just said nasty home, and I do have a few pictures in my mind. Um, and that is okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Tanya. That is
that's just for
true.
me. That's just something I say to myself to encourage myself to do something.
Yes.
So yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you notes are not outdated. I realize they're
Uh,
not necessary, but as a woman from the South, they're not outdated. Go ahead and write that
no.
thank you note if you're
And a
compelled to.
card. A card
Yes.
is not, yes.
Yes.
Girl,
I
I
know
love
that
this so
technology has
much.
replaced a lot of things, but it hasn't replaced our manners.
No.
And
They
everyone
still
has a
sell,
mailbox.
yeah, and they still sell stamps as far as I know. They do.
They're ridiculously expensive, but yes, they still sell a
Well,
stamp.
if you have to take out a second mortgage, do it. But, get the stamps. Get
Get
the
the stamp.
stamps and send the cards.
Now,
I think that,
yes.
yeah, this cannot be just breezed by. People will also remember if you sent them notes, if you were appreciative and you took the time to do that.
Mhm.
So that's a big, big deal. Yeah.
And I guess another way, let's say that you're like, I don't have, I can't do the thank you note thing. Okay, I'm going to give you some grace because we do have email and text messaging. And if you just like, I can't get the note out, go ahead, write the email, send a text message. It takes very little to acknowledge that someone else did something nice for you.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
think about it, appreciate it. It doesn't even matter if you don't like it. Say thank you. Um, there you go. That was very bossy, and that's how I
But
intended it. Okay.
from Mama Tanya, straight to you. I
Now,
love it though.
my mom and grandma my granny would always say, straighten up your clothes on yourself before you get out there. Straighten your clothes up on
Oh,
yourself. And I say this to myself every time I leave a public bathroom before I go back out. Like, I straighten up my collar. I make sure the tucking is tucked.
okay.
Are all the buttons, zippers zipped? Because that's a big one with me.
Oh,
You
is
don't,
the toilet paper on the bottom of your
right.
shoe?
Straighten
Yeah.
your clothes up on you. Goodness, for crying out loud. Did you just fall out of a laundry hamper? Straighten your clothes up on you. This is how I
I've
was
n-
raised.
I have never heard this, but it's very good advice because yes,
Yes.
zippers, buttons, collars,
Mhm. Yes.
yes, the
Do
whole
that
nine
in the
yards.
privacy of your bathroom or your bedroom, not in front of the world. Just do it. Just do it. Also, this is one that I am so funny about. get out of your car intentionally like a lady. Like, go ahead and stuff all the stuff in your purse, get your handbag ready, have your keys in your hand, put your phone where you want it, and step out of that car like a lady.
Prepared.
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 Because people that are waiting for you in the restaurant or the meeting or the office, they're watching you.
They're watching you scramble and drop your phone and scramble for your keys. Folks, she has said this one to me because on numerous occasions she has waited for me to find my keys, my sunglasses, my lip gloss, my hand sanitizer, you name it. Yeah.
And we do
Yes.
this all before we get out of the car.
All the
'Cause, you know,
scramble needs to happen
yes.
in the privacy of your own motorized vehicle. Got it. Yes.
Again, so shallow. This is a funny one that Cheryl will appreciate. Check twice to make sure all of your little kids are in the car and buckled before backing out. No, Cheryl has not run over anybody,
I was
but
going to say there's a story
there's
and
a
I think we
story
might need
there.
it.
But the moral of the story is funny, and it is always check twice to make sure all your kids are in the car. Don't assume. Don't assume. This one, another thing from Sean, but really it's me now. Look left twice when you're driving or walking or biking. Look left, right, left again. There you go. You just did it.
Okay.
If you can turn right, it's always safer than left also. So sometimes you have to make a circle. That's okay. It might save your life. So do that. This one I really do mean for you to listen to.
Okay, here I go.
If something feels off, immediately change your plan or your direction. Listen to your gut. Listen to that voice in your head.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I should do that more. I should probably just call you and say, is this me?
No, don't call me.
We're sharing a
Act.
brain.
Act. I'm telling you, if you're about to walk down a hallway with someone and you think that doesn't feel right, you just turn around and don't do that. If you think there's someone in your home at night, call 911. Don't call me. Like it is it is okay. Like it is
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Immediately respond. Immediately change your direction or your plan if something feels off. That feeling is there for a reason. If you overreacted, that's okay too. You overreacted. And everyone understands that because of the world that we're
That's such
living
good
in.
advice. Yes. I'm now remembering also Cheryl staying in the Airbnb. Yes, just get out. Just go. Just don't even collect your belongings. Just exit the premises.
If the SWAT
Yeah.
team is on your doorstep to
Move.
arrest someone that lives next door, it's
Move.
time to check out of that Airbnb. Okay. This one goes along with you. Choose a few casserole recipes. Make them for people when they have a new baby, a surgery, a death. Don't show up empty-handed. Show up with a casserole,
with your
a dessert,
signature recipe.
with your signature recipe. Visit people just because you can.
Aw.
Granny took me on so many visitations where I was bored out of my ever-loving mind as a child.
Yes,
I was just thinking, how can these two women talk for so long about such boring things?
Okay,
Can't we turn on the TV?
Yes. Can I say that? Yes. Both of my grandmothers would take me a visiting.
Visiting. Yes, we're going visiting today. Yes.
And they would sit and talk about, I don't know why
Casserole.
we're ironically saying this. They would sit and talk about nothing for hours on end. Ha 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 ha. And yes, bored out of our minds.
Right. How's your son doing? Well, how's your daughter
so
doing?
and so married what's her name?
Yes.
And now they're
how's
moving
your
away.
hip feeling? Is your hip doing better? Are you able to get around? Listen.
Well, I planted begonias back there,
Right.
and that didn't work, so I had to move those begonias somewhere else.
Yeah.
And swap recipes. They would swap the
Definitely
recipes.
swap the recipes. So yes, I respect it more than ever now. Learn a talent. It's never too late.
Okay, give me an example.
You can learn to play a simple song on a keyboard or piano. You can learn to play the spoons. You can learn a TikTok dance.
You have very high opinions of me, but I should actually. I should go learn a new talent.
Yes, something you can pull out of your pocket and be like, yeah, I have a little talent and here it is. Play the harmonica, whatever.
Okay.
Learn something. Learn a new talent. It's not too late. Listen, you are not dead. Learn something new. Just because you didn't learn it in your teens or 20s does not mean that it expired.
That's probably a good point. And what did we say at the restaurant with the girls? Your arms aren't painted on.
Your
So you
legs
can
aren't
use
painted
them.
on, your arms aren't painted on. If you've got 4 thumbs, get out and do it.
I think that is exactly what we said. Right
Okay.
there.
Go through these really fast. Stand up straight. Just stand
Okay,
up
yes, ma'am.
straight. Just stop it and stand up straight. Talk to your flowers. They respond because they are made of water and they love nice words.
I saw that you posted that about words and
Mhm.
water. I hope that you'll put a link in the show notes because that is so fascinating. You and I have talked about water and snowflakes and ice crystals and tears
Yes,
for
it's scientific.
years
Yes.
and years. It is astounding and beautiful the way all of that is created. So,
I need
yes,
to do
talk
a
to your flowers.
podcast on that sometime. Okay, that's what
Okay.
I need to do. Is it's I find it so fascinating. Okay, another one is tell your pets that you love them because they're also made of water and they respond to words as well. So
All right.
before
Josiah
bed
and
every
I
night, I
will
just
need to
say,
help.
I love you, Sadie. I love you, Shay. I love you, Ella. I love you, Paris. I love you, Daisy. There's a lot of I love yous going around.
This is like the Waltons. Good night, Mary
It
Ellen. Good night,
is.
John Boy. Love you.
Okay, my new favorite theme of life. This is going to be my new favorite life theme or something to that effect. Life motto. Stephanie White is the new WNBA coach of the Indiana Fever, and she has made a remarkable, it's her second year. She's done a great job. I really respect everything that she's done. But she tells her players, don't get ready, be ready. So here's how since I'm not playing the basketball, here's how I'm using it in my life. Don't get ready for something to happen, be ready. So if you know that you're about to experience conflict, don't get ready, be ready. Pray up, do your research. If you know
Plan
that you're
ahead.
going to experience joy, be ready to experience joy. Be ready to wear a swimsuit. Eek,
Yikes.
eek.
Okay.
Be ready for a snowstorm.
Yeah. Be ready for that hard conversation in case the opportunity presents itself. Yeah.
Yes, I
Okay.
mean,
I
I'm
love
still
that.
working through it and I'm still finding things like always having sweet tea in the fridge for people that come over because what if I have to pour out a few gallons? That's okay. I don't need to get ready. I need to be ready when people come over
Okay.
to have a little
I
sweet tea in
love
the fridge.
that. That
I
is good.
know.
Okay. Stephanie White, props to you.
Mhm. Yes,
I
don't
love
get
that.
ready, be ready. I love it. All of your underwear should be good underwear. We've covered this. Quality over quantity is usually a good choice
Mm-hmm. Oh,
especially as you get older.
mm-hmm.
There's
That's a good
food at
one.
home, guys. There's food at home, and it's way better. But I need you to all understand there's food at home
Get
because
you a
my
Tuvalu. Yeah.
Tuvalu. And my granny would say, a willful waste makes a woeful want, because
Mm-hmm.
she lived through the Depression era. So,
Yes. That's so true.
mhm,
She's right though. I
mhm.
think we will all be healthier and have more vitality if we spent more time eating at home and preparing our food at home.
I know. And I
But
had
that
to
takes
tell,
planning.
I had to tell a funny story the other day where there were a few couples of us and we were all talking and they were all way younger than Sean and I. And they were talking about, how hard it is now to get a house, because everything's so
Yes.
expensive and
Right.
everything's gone up and, interest rates. And I said, I'm going to tell you the secret to why Sean and I were able to get a house when we did, 30 years ago. And they were like, what? What? I said, we didn't have coffee shops.
Amen.
We didn't have coffee shops.
Well, and we didn't spend $1,000 on a cell phone.
My word, we didn't even have a cell phone. Are you kidding me?
Right. Right.
And also,
True.
I told them the one thing that I learned from Dave Ramsey. I'm a terrible student, but the one thing that I learned from Dave Ramsey was if you're going to spend money on a couple beverages every time, instead just take your $10 and throw it out the window. If you have to spend $10 on beverages
Yeah.
every time you leave the house, stop that and just throw your $10 out the window. And the young man said, "Oh my goodness, I've never ever thought of it like that. That's exactly what's happening." And he said, "And I'm so guilty." I was like, "We're all guilty."
Absolutely.
We just have to be
Oh,
aware.
that's painful. That's painful on the heart to hear that one, but it's
It's
true.
true.
It's good advice.
And then
Good advice.
a little purse candy gets you through the day, an M&M, a Werther's, a butterscotch.
Okay.
It keeps the
Piece of
grumpies
gum.
away.
It really does. That has helped us out many, many times. Many
So many
times.
times.
Well, I think that you forgot one, or one that I wanted you to add.
Okay.
One that you have stated recently that we have added to our lexicon of wisdom.
I know where you're going with that.
Okay, so if you don't mind, would you please share with our
Mm.
listeners and our friends the new phrase that we have recently added to our vernacular?
Well, when I first say it, it sounds hateful. So let me
It
say
really
it.
does.
Know that it's not hateful, and
Brace.
then let me explain it.
Yeah,
So
brace everyone.
the way that I say it is take that to the Lord in prayer and then be quiet about it.
Okay.
Be quiet about it. Take that to the Lord in prayer. Stop talking. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Shut up. This is what I'm saying.
I think what you said originally was take it to the Lord in prayer and shut up. And I was like, yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'm talking about when people at inappropriate times
Mhm.
want to use a situation or an event as their personal counseling session
Yes.
instead of what it is intended for, and they take up a lot of time, let's say 45 minutes,
Mhm.
and you're at let's say, a Bible study where there are 15 people, and their prayer request takes 45 minutes, and it's really about something that they are going through on their own, and they're just talking it out.
Right.
And then they just start bringing in all these other things that make no sense, you know?
Right.
And
And
then,
it's
yes,
yeah, it's about seeking attention instead of seeking support and answers. And I think when it moves to that seeking attention
yes,
portion, we have to be done here
you
because
just said it.
you've
Yes,
lost the reason of why you brought it up in the first place, which was
yes.
you wanted
Oh, your
support, you
audience.
wanted encouragement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be considerate of others too. You're probably not the only one dealing with something that's small, and everything's small,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
we say to Sean, you're at a 10, I need you to come down to a 2 right now. Like you're at a 10 and nothing is a 10. I need you to come. World War III, 10. What you're dealing with in traffic, that's a 2. That's a 2.
Right.
Yes, it's when it's for attention and it's the wrong time and the wrong place, and you are just doing it to talk and take up space. Take that to the Lord in prayer and shut it.
Take it to the Lord in prayer and shut it. You heard it here first, folks. But it's so wise too because He is the one that's going to change your heart and your mind, and He's the one that's going to answer it. And
Right.
yes, He put wonderful people in your life to help support you and encourage you and give you wisdom,
Use
but
them. Yes.
and use them
Use them.
and do share with them.
Yes.
But He's the one that's going to make the changes. He's the one that's going to also walk you through.
In a
He's the one
public
that's going to
setting, rely
change your
on your
heart. Yeah.
friends. Yes, that's yes. Rely on Jesus and rely on your friends. I love it.
Amen. Amen. Thank you for sharing that one. But
Right or wrong, that's what I
you're
said. I
wrong.
said what I said.
Take it to the Lord and shut it, people. Before we wrap up, though, I wanted to leave our listeners with this. Some of these thoughts that we've talked about today, we hope they make you laugh and spark reflection. And they may sit quietly with you, and you'll recall them at a different time when it makes more sense or when the time is right. And then we also know sometimes, friends, that these little words of wisdom, they don't make things easier, something that you're going through right now. And if that's you, that's okay. We just want you to remember this truth that your life is very precious, and so are you, and we love you. And we want you to guard your heart and keep your soul well fed because you are your greatest resource. And so, part of building this podcast and part of sharing with you is we want to help you find your superlatively yes. And we hope we did that today.
Yeah, we do. Yes. And there you have it. Around 75 or 80 lessons, give or take a few side stories, a brunch date, a cat emergency.
Right.
And if you've learned something new today, listener, then our work here is done. If you even
Yeah.
said like, yeah, me too, or yes, exactly, that's it. Remember, pick your pain, take the compliment, keep the good casserole recipe handy, and never underestimate the healing power of chips and salsa with friends. We love you. Until
Amen.
next time, this is Tanya Smith.
And Jen McCroddan.
Thank you for joining us here on the Superlatively Yes podcast. We'll be ready for joy. We will be ready for conflict, and we will always be ready for another sparkling water
With lime. With
with
lime.
lime. Cheers, friends.
Bye, everyone.